Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's busy book is my 7-year-old. We are working on these topics and practicing these basic concepts using different kind of puzzles, different kind of questions. Some are very challenging for her, but then it gives a chance to talk about different things and just challenge the thinking process of a child and give an outlook that things can be done in a much complicated way too. So these are the topics we are going to cover. So let's start with the first one. This is a money based question where the question is that G has $58. He gave $8 each to 5 kids. So it means multiplication. Rest of the money to his father and mother equally means division into two parts. And how much money does the father receive? So 8 fives are 40, 18 left, 18 into two parts, 9. So answer will be $9. Here working on addition, a 3-digit addition and then three numbers of 3-digit addition. Again, it's a challenging kind of questions to her, which will like doing these big numbers in a brain is really hard. Even I'll get confused, but still, I was thinking to explain to her that we can do vertically also, but she's much more comfortable not using the pencil and doing everything her brain. So we will see how it goes. Again, I have used the logic 9 plus 6 15. So again 5 5 10. So I want to see that can her mind handle this thing or not. If not, then also is fine. But just challenging her in simple addition questions. Make a number. So this concept we had done earlier with 2-digit number, where explained to her that if you have to make a bigger number, so like if 2-digit number, the tens place has to be bigger number. If you are making a largest number using 4 digits, so the thousands digit has to be the biggest one. So like 6 4 3 2. So and if you're making the smallest number, you have to go in reverse order. Like smallest number means that your thousands digit has to be the smallest, because you don't want the number to be big. So we have done with 2 digits. We are going to try with 4 digit. Does she remember the logic or not? Which we have done a long time back. I don't think she remembers, but yeah, we're going to try that. On doubling the number, so she has done doubling the number of single digit, like double of 8 is 16, double of 9 is 18. All they have done. Now here it's a new concept which I want to see can she make it out herself. But here, if you see, these three ones are based on, if I have to make a double of 98, I'll make double of 100 and remove 4 from it. Like 98 means 100 minus 2, double it, 200 minus 4. If I have to make double of 51, I'll take 50 plus 1. So double of 50 and double of 1 and then add that. Again here, 80 minus 1. So she knows double of 8 is 16. So 160 minus 2. And 124 is 100 plus 24 or 120 plus 4. So again, I'm telling they are not easy questions for her, but we are going to try just introduce the concept that if a bigger number, how do we do double? We don't have to remember, like for doubling of 8 we remember, doubling of these number is not required. You have to see what logic you can use to make the double of numbers. You have to expand the number and then double it, like all those kind of stuff. So this is what we are going to talk about in these kind of questions. Now the discussion about time zone, again, because we live in Singapore and our family lives in India, so we have a lot of time discussion that no, it's early morning in India, that's why people are not waken up, or it's late night, whatever it is. So we had talked about it, like we have different time zones, but we had never done worksheets. So I'm not practically, because we are doing the time thing anyways, she's very much interested in time lapse and what time here, what time there. So I done a worksheet like 7 p.m. in India, what time in Singapore. So we are 2.5 hours ahead of India. So why are we ahead of India, what time it is? Maybe these questions come up, maybe she's able to do it and just breeze through it, we don't know. But I thought, like, because we have discussed these questions, let's put in a workbook and have more serious discussion about it, like why it happens, why there's a time zone. I don't know it'll go to that direction or not, but that is my plan, to talk about time zones of different countries and why it happens. Again, this thing, we have done the fraction that what is 1 by 3 there. But when I in a practical thing, I was telling, we were doing some pizza or something, and I told, give me 1/3 of it. It's like, what is 1/3? And like 1 by 3 is called 1/3. 2 6 means 2 of 6 parts. 5/10 means 5 or 10 parts. So this word terminology, when I used in real life, she could not understand. So that's why I wanted to do it, to emphasize the point that what does it mean. Now, this is again a very challenging question for her. Like, sum of the each side is 36. So this can be done very easily, because only one is empty. But later on in this one, these two and these two are empty. Okay, so here the sum will be 17 and here the sum will be 19. So this plus this has to be 17, and this plus this have to be 19. So what number can be there in common here? So logically it'll be 10 and then it'll be 7 and 9. But can she think, can she make it out or not? 17 and 19, what number can be commonly removed from both of them? It can be 11 and 6 and 8 also, right? I mean, you get the concept. So I want to know how her mind processes it. Can she figure out like 17, 19? Best will be 10, 7, 9, but it can be 11, 6 and 8 also. It can be 12, 5 and 7 also. But just that's a thinking process of these kind of questions that you can use different numbers. It's not like you have to go only by rules. You can just put a number, see, figure out the answer. That kind of challenging question for her. Now this one is again a pattern, but usually we do like 1 plus 3, I mean a gap of 3 or gap of 4, something like that. Here we are not, we are squaring a number, but I'll not tell her the term squaring. I'm just telling, see, 1 1 time, 2 2 times, 3 3 times, 4 4 times. uh, the ideal will be that she recognizes the pattern herself, which I don't think she can. She's too young for it. But just again in this one, I'm introducing the concept like 1 3 times, 1 2 2 times, 3 3 times, 4 4 times, 5 5 times, 6 6 times, and 7 7 times. It's multiplication. I don't expect her to do, honestly, but just again it's a sequential step in patterns if you go to multiplication. So that was I was thinking that I will, you know it just open another line of thinking for her, that oh, this kind of patterns can also be there, because earlier patterns are only skip by 2, skip by 3, those kind of patterns. Now it's a different kind of pattern because we are moving to multiplication and subtraction. Here complete the sequence. Again, this is doubling here. I write double and all these clues here because I should also remember the logic later. But yeah, so I'll not tell her what it is. I'll expect her to direct 4 into 2 8, 8 into 2 16, 16 into 2 32, 5 into 2 10, 10 into 2 20, 20 into 2 40, and then same way 6 into 2 12 into 2, and then 24 into 2. These all are the patterns sequencing using multiplication. It will be hard for her, but we are going to that zone, so I want to see how much she knows. Can she figure out on what areas we have to work more on this, right? This is again more of multiplication and subtraction and addition questions only. So if triangle plus heart is equal to 19, I have given the value of heart. So it means triangle is equal to 10. So it's very easy, like 10 plus 10 into 9. So because she knows 10 into 9, 10 into 8. So it's basically addition only. And here 9 into 9 plus 10. So again practicing 9 times, how much will be? She doesn't know tables. She's tried to do everything on addition and she goofs up. So I'm not expecting her, but again, this is a very challenging level of workbook for her. But it's good to try hard things and then go back to simple. It becomes easy. Okay, this question again, I think, yeah, it is subtraction question, basic. Just a complicated subtraction, that a florist has 14 fewer white roses than red roses. Okay, so whatever the number of red roses she had, it says 14 fewer white. So if he has 59 red roses, it means he has how many white? 59 minus 14. It's more of a terminology of fewer and more, or like that. So I just want to know, can she figure out this statement question? It's simply subtraction, so should be a simple one for her. Again, this one, we already did in one of the busy books. What is the value of a decade? What is the value of a year? What is the value of minute? 1 hour has how many seconds or how many minutes? All those kind of thing. Until century, again, because we were reading some history book, and then she asked me what is decade, what is century. So I have explained these terms. We did in a workbook also. What does it mean? How, like, 10 years is equal to 1 decade, or 100 years is equal to 1 century. Like I was telling her that you guys are born in 21st century, me and papa are born in 20th century. So we talk about these terms generally. So now I want her to think it, can she figure out like what is the biggest number here? The century is the biggest because it has 100 years, then decade has 10 years, then become a year, and then minute, hour, second, day. It's very simple, but just emphasizing the concept of decade, century, and year in a different way. Does she remember or not? We, in the earlier busy book, if we check, we have done the value of what each thing is in that busy book already. um, Again, sum of first five odd numbers, very simple: 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. We are not doing that, we used to do one odd numbers. No, no, it's simple addition and just revising odd even concept. I'm not going to use any formula or something we used to do in school. I'm not going to that level. Just write the first five odd numbers and can you add them? It's a very simple question for her. So, because I think she had pretty hard questions in this book, anyways. So, hope you enjoyed this book. Thank you so much. Bye bye.